In today's video, I want to explore getting started with Castos Productions. If you're new here, Castos is like a traditional podcast hosting company with an interesting twist. Castos is a platform for podcasters to host public-facing podcasts like the ones you subscribe to on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google. Plus, Castos is pioneering the creation of private podcasts for members-only content or businesses and organizations. Our Castos Productions team can help take over the busy work of podcasting for you. You can hire Castos Productions to offload podcast production work like stitching a show together, making the audio sound better, removing the ums and the ahs that drive us crazy in podcasts, write show summaries and show notes for each episode, even upload the shows to your podcast host or your podcast marketing website. Castos Productions is affordably priced, so you don't have to worry about draining that new marketing budget for the year. And if you're looking for the pricing, please see castos.com/productions or click the link in the video description. What you need to get started with Castos Productions is going to be the following in a checklist of sorts, and you might have also received this in PDF form. Start a free 14-day free trial at castos.com. From castos.com, just click on the 14-day free trial button in the upper right-hand corner of the website. Upgrade to a paid hosting plan of your choice whenever you're ready to get started with the hosting side of the service. If you're not opting to use Castos as your podcast host, please ask your Castos representative for a coupon code to bypass the billing, though we'd love to have you as a Castos podcasting customer. Once you've upgraded to a plan, please go ahead into the integrations area in the top right menu of your dashboard and choose Castos Productions. Then choose the level of service you'd like to opt into, something like the pro audio editing or the concierge service, etc. From the main podcast menu item page, click the Add Podcast button to create your first show. Once that's done, click Add an Episode to send your first episode resources to us here at Castos Productions. In the first episode, we need the main episode segments like the audio tracks, as well as things like the intro and the outro, music, etc., and we'll talk about more of that in a moment. For subsequent episodes, all we'll need is just that content of the show. We'll already have your intro, your outro, your music, your ad reads, etc. We'll charge the credit card on file automatically each month for the number of episodes you've submitted to the Castos Production service. So billing is on autopilot for you moving forward. You don't have to worry about it. You sign up for one price, and then we just bill monthly based on the amount of episodes that you've uploaded. Once you've opted into Castos Productions, you'll need to send our team the resources we need to create that first episode together. And this is what typically is included in that first initial upload. The main episode segments, like the actual interview, the audio recording, the group call, what have you. Individual tracks that you want to overlay, something like an intro and an outro segment, or music for that intro, outro. Or if we're putting music in between the show, just let us know what that music track is and where it should appear in the show. Ad spots or ad reads, if you have them. Not every show does, but if you're doing some kind of advertising and sponsorship, don't forget to send us those files as well. Please send us all of the resources our team will need to put together a finished episode at one time. If we're doing multiple submissions and going back and forth on finding intro, outro files, that'll delay the turnaround time for your episode, and it could just lead to miscommunication overall. We'll have a dedicated project manager to help you along the way. Just try to give us all of the assets in the beginning as quickly as possible. If you have multiple large files, it may be best to upload them to a shared Dropbox or Google Drive folder, and then just send that link via the Castos dashboard. When you submit your episode, there's a field there for third-party links. You don't always have to upload it directly through the web browser if you don't want to. This allows for more and larger file submissions to our team. Plus, if you're sending us graphics or notes or things like that, it might just be easier to send us one link altogether. When submitting episode resources, please name the files in such a way that the file name is pretty self-explanatory, like Track 1, Matt's voice. Track 2, guest's voice, or something like that. Intro music, outro music, etc. If you'd like, you can add additional notes for our team when submitting the episode in the Castos dashboard, or again, if you're using something like a Dropbox, you can just leave us a text file or something like that so that we can read through it. Turnaround times for episodes submitted during business hours are as follows. Pro audio editing level is about a 3 business day turnaround time. So if you send us an episode at noon on Monday, we'll have it back to you by noon on Thursday. Concierge and complete solution levels can take up to 1 calendar week. Each episode consists of not only editing and producing the audio, but it's doing show notes, show writing, link building, all of that stuff, and also doing things like creating audiograms and quotes from the show, plus uploading it to your web host. If your episode is submitted after business hours Eastern Time, the turnaround time will start at 8 a.m. Eastern the following business day. We appreciate your consideration for these times, and we'll work hard to get your episode completed with the highest level of quality possible. Our normal episode duration is 1 hour of completed audio. If your episode is longer than an hour of finished length, then there'll be a surcharge per episode, and the return on that episode, the time it takes for us to edit it and get it back to you, will be a little bit longer than the standard turnaround time that we just mentioned above. If you submit longer episodes, our team will be in touch with those details and what those extensions of turnaround time might look like for you. That's all I have for you today. It's Castos Productions. We're taking all that busy work of podcasting and putting it on our plate. Take it off your plate, take it off your team's plate, and we'll do the heavy lifting for you. Make the show sound good, upload it to your host, do the show notes, transcribe it, edit so it puts all of the music and ad reads in, even create those audiograms and tweetable quotes for you. Check it out at castos.com/productions. If you have any questions for us, hello@castos.com. Thanks for watching today's video, and we'll see you in the next one.